The Lakers finally get their first win. Nick, did we learn anything about LeBron and the Lakers after they beat the Suns?
Not substantially, no. We would have learned a lot if they lost. If they lost, it would have been, through only 4 games, time to press a bit of a panic button because the Suns are not a good team. The Suns got a bunch of young guys they're playing to try to figure out who their future is, what their future is. This is a game you can't lose if you have LeBron James on your team, even with no Ingram and no Rondo. We did learn they adjusted the starting lineup in the way that I said I thought they would and thought they should. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, you can go to the bench. Josh Hart, you can go to the starting lineup. And the other thing we learned in the first half was took LeBron about 10 quarters this year to get the engine fully revving. Game 1, okay. Game 2, not great. First half of Game 3, bad. And then second half of Game 3 against the Spurs to the first half last night. Last night in the first half, 17-7-7. That gave him his last 4 quarters of basketball, a combined line of 45, 10, and 17. And that's what powered them in the comeback against the Spurs and powered them to a 20-point lead in the first half last night. This game was over at halftime. LeBron played some in the third quarter, none in the fourth. The Lakers got some rest, which they're going to need because they play tonight against an undefeated Nuggets team.
Yeah, I like the fact that they did change the lineup. Josh Hart, they should give him a chance to try to start. He gives them a little bit different athleticism. They give him another guy that cut to the bucket compared to KPC, what he's going to be able to do. And he just has not played well as a starter. He has not been the three-point shooter that we thought he was going to be. And with them having lack of shooters, if he's not going to be special doing that, you have to try to go about it a different way. So I did like that. Didn't like how they played defense, giving up 30 points in that first quarter, a lot better in that second quarter. When they get against better competition, I think you'll be able to evaluate them more. We knew they had to win this game. Like we would have opened up the show if they had lost this game.
When it comes to defense, is that just an effort thing? Is that something that comes with when they need to play good defense? Why are they struggling so much on that side?
All right, so listen, first of all, this is NFL style, got to adjust your eyes. Through a week of the NBA season, I don't know what good defense is. I don't know who's playing it outside of Denver. Like right now, we are record-breaking pace as far as points scored. Everyone is playing up and down the court. So
but there's an explanation for that. There's a reason for that. It's because the NBA rules, they're allowing people, what they say is they want more movement.
Freedom of movement.
Freedom of movement. So the hand checking, the grabbing jersey, the clutching, all these things have been called. That's why the players have said they don't know what type of refereeing they're going to see moving forward, which has led to outburst in point scoring, just like the NFL.
So it's 2 things. It is the rules, which is, so the more fouls called, more free throws, that leads to more points. But then also the butterfly effect of that is teams get in foul trouble, so they play softer defense. They don't want to send you to the line. You're in the bonus, and you have a free way to the hoop. The other thing is how many teams, almost the entire league is playing over 100 possessions per game. Like they're running up and down the court. They're playing the fastest pace we've seen in the NBA since the year Oscar averaged the triple-double when it was super inflated pace numbers. So when you have more possessions, like allowing 113, it's almost like last year allowing 103, so we have to adjust it.
Is that sustainable? Because LeBron James is not going to keep up that pace.
Well, it's the whole league right now. It's not just the Lakers. The Lakers were a fast team last year. It's the whole league. So I'm saying that. Now, with that said, even compared to the rest of the league, the Lakers have been a bad defensive team. I don't think it's effort. I think right now it's a lack of continuity. Like the best defensive teams,
not trusting,
are teams that have been together for a long time, teams that know each other. You got to move as one. The Lakers are not. They are not that right now, and I feel like there's almost a mentality when you play at that pace, and I think it's right now permeating the whole league, which is if we give up a bucket, we're going to run right back down and get it. And when you play slow, and it feels like, man, if we get down 6, it's a big deal. That's not the case. So it's all of those factors coming into one, and the most important part of your defense is going to be rim protection. JaVale McGee's not a great rim protector, and he's the only center they got. So, like, there's a lot of reasons they're going to be bad defensively, at least for the time being.
Can they sustain it? I think it's going to be tricky once we get to the playoffs. What we've seen, Jenna, is up and down during the regular season. In the playoffs, the referees, they slow it down. It becomes more physical. So I think it is a great question is, will we see this after the All-Star break and into the playoffs? This is something that we have to continue to watch.
But if they're not better, if they need to have their best defensive game of the season tonight. They're playing a team, if it'll be on national television, I encourage people to stay up late and watch it. If you don't watch the Nuggets a lot, it's not just your guy, Gary Harris, Jamal Murray. They have one of the most skilled big men in basketball, Nikola Jokic. He passes He's a better passing version of Draymond offensively, right? He's a better – the reason I say Draymond is Draymond can play the center and get a double-digit assist game. He is one of the most skilled offensive big men in the league, if not the most skilled offensive big man outside of Anthony Davis. The Nuggets will eat you alive if you're not sound defensively. Like, they are going to be an excellent offense throughout the year, and they're going to be able to run their offense through their big man. If the Lakers don't have their best defensive game of the year tonight, they'll lose to the Nuggets and fall to 1-4.
What changes with this team when Rondo and Ingram get back?
They're going to be spitting on people. Rondo, he said, excuse me.
Well, let me ask you this, see? Kuzma goes to the bench, right? And I know you don't think...
Yeah, I just think the growing pains continue because they're trying to find themselves, which they're going to be able to do absent of these other two players. And then when you come back, do you put Rondo back into the lineup? If I think Lonzo Ball's healthy, I bring Rondo off the bench and I stay with Josh Hart. I got a problem with Ingram and Kuzma though, because I just believe Kuz, for longer term with this roster, is better suited. But they've got a lot invested in Ingram, and he's going to get those minutes back.
Ingram's going to get those minutes back. You're not going to have Lonzo. The Lakers will play very few minutes all year with Lonzo and Rondo on the court at the same time because it's too much of a redundant skill set, not enough shooting. The thing to watch with Rondo is what we've seen over these last 6 quarters of basketball for the Lakers is slowly but surely, why don't we run some more high pick and roll with LeBron? Why don't we let LeBron dictate the offense? And if that's the case, then Rondo's got no utility on the team. Rondo is not on the team to not have the ball in his hands. He's on the team to run the offense. So I'm curious, once Rondo comes back, are we going to see more of that style of offense? Now, they've got another game without Rondo and 2 more games without Ingram.
I think it's twofold. I think it's what Kevin Durant said, and I think the other part of it is Steph Curry plays for the best team in the league, and what some people would call the most hated team in the league because they're so stacked. And because of that, I think people forget to look at the details, to watch a guy like Steph Curry, who's just fun to watch, who enjoys the game, who has fun while he's playing the game, who doesn't have a million, feet of whatever baggage that comes along with it. And I think because of that, we lose sight of the fact that he very well could be an MVP candidate again this year.
Well, right now he is. I mean, Steph has won 2 MVPs. One of them, there's no question he deserved. The year they won 73 games. The other one was very close the year before that, but he hadn't deserved an MVP. It's not like Steph's been snubbed on any MVPs. Now, in order for him to win an MVP...
No, but his overall... his likability, because the team he plays on, and kind of the shine that was on his career. Because you even pointed this out. Man, it was refreshing to see him warming up before the game. Like any kid, you don't have to be 6'6", 6'8". You don't have to be able to. His skill level and how people love to see that, it's changed the NBA. You love it.
No doubt. Listen, but the Steph's ability, the curve for him to win MVPs got a lot steeper when Durant came there. Not just because of higher expectations for the Warriors, not just because of what Durant's talking about there, but because his numbers were going to go down. They did go down. Now, this year, he's been awesome. He or Giannis or Kawhi. Those have been your 3 best players in the league so far this year. Those 3 guys, they have been the most impactful on winning. Their teams have lost a combined 1 game. Those have been your 3 best guys. You can make a case for Steph, make a case for those other 2 guys. But Durant's comments about it's the up-and-coming MVP award, okay, maybe. I mean, that's how Durant won his, by the way, because we were sick of LeBron winning his, and Durant had that great year. But you can win an MVP as an established player. Harden wasn't some up-and-coming guy. He had finished second 2 of the previous 3 years before he won his. It's hard for the Warriors to win him, though.
I think Durant might be talking about why LeBron doesn't win. Because I believe Kevin Durant has a lot of respect for LeBron, and one time there he mentioned that he was the best player. I believe KD thinks LeBron's the best player, and if the the way he described it as up and coming compared to him and LeBron, then what he was saying would be correct.
Sure. And listen, Steph is not disqualified from winning this award. He is going to have performances like this because people do take the Warriors for granted. They do play out on the West Coast, which are late games, like as people who are now staying up to watch LeBron are realizing each and every night. But the other aspect of it is you've got to decide what's important to you. Are regular season awards, regular season records, home court advantage, is that important to you? The year Russ won it, it was important to him.
Yes.
He wanted that triple-double record. He wanted to average the triple-double.
And did he play differently because of it?
Well, no, he just had the ball in his hands more. Russ is an outlier because Russ always plays at that level. Harden last year, the Rockets, it was important they get to 65 wins. If the Warriors have the best record in the league, Steph's going to be eligible. It's hard to give any of those guys league-wide MVP when they have the most talent and other teams finish with a better record.
He does look like he's on a mission, though. He looks like he's on the mission to be able to send a message. The last 2 seasons, entering the regular season, he entered a little banged up from a long off season and had a couple knee problems that he started the season.
Coming in healthy this year.
Yes.
And Jenna, I think Kevin Durant's very interesting. He was the one talking there because I think Steph's maybe internal motivation he won't talk about has to do with Durant and the fact that Durant it just became the given. Oh, he's the second best player in the world. Kevin Durant is. He's the two-time finals MVP. He's the engine that has pushed them through these last 2 championships. There is a strong argument to be made that Steph is still the second best player in the world, as he was before Durant got there. And he has gotten past in that hierarchy. Some people have Anthony Davis jumped over him. Last year, people had Harden jumped over him. So I think Steph has a bit of a chip on his shoulder in that regard. Is he going to become one of your guys?
I'm afraid he might.
I would, Jenna, that would delight me.
Okay.
That would delight me.
Really?
Yes, because you need to actually have one of your guys be good at their sport.
Okay.
As opposed to all your other like Case Keenum, nonsense.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Alex
so you're going to pick an actual good player to root for.
I am on the Steph Curry bandwagon.
You're a big...
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.